I give thanks and praise to the Most High.
Change it.
I give thanks and praise to the Most High.
Change it.
And I show God's praise, hallelujah.
The world needs changes. Changes.
Real struggle each and every one of a face, and I say, it's a deep, real struggle, you know. Worldwide, we get it, and I say,
today we're here, and tomorrow we're gone.
Real hard time.
Gone to a place called No Man's Land.
As we say again,
right here on earth, you can't even hold your brother's hand.
Yeah.
Or able to take a stand for what's right on this land. You got one foot in and the next one out. You know what I'm talking about. One foot in and the next one out. And there is no doubt. One foot in and the next one out. You know what I'm talking about. One foot in, the next one out.
Whole world full of changes, you know.
Why can't we live as one? Why can't we unite and come as one? Make a change, my sisters and brothers. The struggle is real.
Didina, what's poppin'?
Situation.
How's it going? So good to see you.
Sure wasn't part of
the vibes, man. Trust me.
You got one foot in and the next one out. You know what I'm talking about. One foot in and the next one out. And there is no doubt. You got one foot in and the next one out. You know what I'm talking about. One foot in, the next one out.
And I'm gonna poverty. That if your mama died, you have to cry. And if your daddy died, you have to cry. Then if your sister died, you have to cry. And if your brother died, you have to cry. It's gonna get rougher now, tougher now. Anyway, the food, every year go for now. People, they must suffer now. Life is down, they go turn now. Things gotta change some way, somehow. Real struggle.
Today we're here, and tomorrow we're gone. Gone to a place called No Man's Land.
Oh, God.
Right here on earth, we can't even hold our brother's hand. Or able to take a stand for what's right on this land. You got one foot in and the next one out. You know what I'm talking about. One foot in and the next one out. There is no doubt. You got one foot in and the next one out. You know what I'm talking about. One foot.
Them said I'm wanted from the top. I got you.
I give thanks and praise to the Most High.
I got you.
Change it.
And I show God's praise, hallelujah.
World needs changes. Changes.
Real struggle each and every one of a face, and I say, it's a deep, real struggle, you know. Worldwide, we get it, and I say,
today we're here, and tomorrow we're gone.
Real hard time.
Gone to a place called No Man's Land.
As we say again,
right here on.
Hey Rosie, how's it going?
You can't even hold your brother's hand.
This one's Empress Unique.
Or able to take
Uncle Chakali
for what's right on this land. You got one foot in and the next one out. You know what I'm talking about. One foot in and the next one out. And there is no doubt. One foot in and the next one out.
Hey Camille, how's it going? Good to see ya.
Talking about one foot in, the next one out.
What run for
Wagwan Omar.
Why can't we?
Where's that? Can't steal, but had to chime in. I appreciate you, fam. Amar says, yeah, I could do, you know what I mean? I could do a broke person, just not one without ambition or drive to keep, you know what I mean? To develop or improve. Amar, you're on point, you know. As always, you know. I love all your reason, Omar. I love all your reason, you know.
You got one foot in and the next one out. You know.
Hey, Gene, how are you?
In about 1 foot in and the next one out. And there is no.
Gotta big up Julian. How you doing? Merry Monday to you too.
And the next one out.
So great to see you all, man.
What I'm talking about. 1 foot in, the next one out.
And I'm gonna poverty. That if your mama die, you have to cry. And if your daddy die, you have to cry. Then if your sister die, you have to cry. And if your brother die, you have to cry. It's gonna get rougher now, tougher now. Anyway, the food, then we are gonna go for now. People, they must suffer now. Life is down, they go turn now.
Hey, Shelly, how are you? A wonderful, wonderful, wonderful evening to you too.
Today we're here, and tomorrow we're gone to
hello world. Hey, Hope.
No man's.
How are you?
Right here on earth, we can't even hold our brother's hand, or able to take a stand for what's right on this land. You got 1 foot in and the next one out. You know what I'm talking about. 1 foot in and the next one out. And there is no doubt.
Love this tune.
1 foot in.
I really dig it.
Out. You know what I'm talking about. 1 foot in.
What up, Paul? How's it going? Out of my UK Massive. How are you doing? How you doing?
1 foot in, next one out. There's no doubt. I'm hurting.
Ask somebody if they could deal with a broke chick or a broke dude, and guess what I'm saying? Guess what they said? Hear what they say? Hear what they say?
Don't you leave me alone. Go on home. I'm confused and weak. Don't want your alibi.
I'm doing awesome, fam. Awesome. Thank you.
So please, just let me be. I don't care who she was or whatever you did. That's between you and her. Just leave me alone. Let me sing. I don't care to swim. Let me quietly decide.
What a mish. I don't know what you're talking about. Good to see you, though.
For a world that seems to crush every dream.
What's going on, Lisa?
And every time.
How you doing?
I'm a fool. So please turn around and walk out that door and go somewhere else. To your home.
What up, Suzette?
To her.
Bitch, you have to stop it tonight.
Or to hell. Suit yourself.
Her name is Cherie Elise.
Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. No money. Just leave me alone. So let's call it a day. It's no good for tonight. The damage is done. I already know who's lost. But please tell me who's won. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Go your way. Go your way. Leave me. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Walk away, walk away. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
This is Wayne Wonder saying J Code, legal businessman. Bang, bang.
I me say this a protege, eh? Homegrown with G Cole, what you say, eh? But make them know what reggae music we a play, eh? Hey, this is Protege, the one and only representing for G Cole, you know. Check it. He's out.
And we said them not got no style like we. G Cole, them not got no style like we. None of them no wicked, no wild like we. Accurate. Kabaka Pyramid representing for the #1 selector and radio host. It's all about G Cole. Keep it locked. Accurate.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Kali. I'm hanging out with your boy G Cole on the Homegrown Show.
Yes. Welcome one and all. It is Homegrown with G Cole coming to the Massive and Crew live right now. Got to big up everybody listening in on Royal Zion Highness Radio. All right, Massive and Crew over there in Amsterdam. I appreciate y'all big time, man. Trust me. It's a vibe. All right, my UK Massive, my Europe Massive, all everybody listening right about now from the continental Africa, New York's here. I see Pembroke Pines. I see Palm Beach. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, represent home, man. Let me know where home is. We're going to shout out home right about now. Baltimore's in the building. I see Norfolk, Virginia. What's going on? Orlando Massive. Big up. Wagwan DJ Alans. Again, large up Tunbridge Wells. All right. All the Massive and Crew over there in East London at the Den. That's tuned in right now. Having a good time with us. As always, got to big them up. All right. Large up. We do this all the time. It's all about honor. It's all about respect. You know what I mean? So I got to large up, of course, all my frontline people, all the essential people on the front lines putting in that work for us, making sure we're safe and whatnot. You know what I mean? My nurses, my doctors, first responders, paramedics, all healthcare professionals, all right? Firefighters, the good law enforcement professionals, not the whack ones, all right? But the good law enforcement professionals, we appreciate y'all, man. Big time. Means a lot to us what you do. Large up all the mental health professionals out there too. All the guidance counselors, all the social workers, everybody working at the municipalities that make life go on. Appreciate y'all so much, all right? All the pilots making sure that the flights go on. All the couriers that make sure all the packages get delivered. I appreciate you. COVID slowed some stuff down, so we see how necessary things are. A lot of things that we take for granted. All right, so we just got to stop taking things for granted, and more than anything else, we got to stop taking people for granted. You know what I'm saying? Those people who love us through thick and thin. You know, it's easy sometimes for us to get complacent and take people for granted and just keep going. You know what I mean? The wheels keep turning. We lose a lot of good ones day to day. Myself right now dealing with a loss, and I just want to say mad thoughts and prayers going out to everybody out there dealing with losses right about now. It ain't easy, but we got you. All right, we got you. Yo, I must say also, by the way, thank y'all so much for all the calls and messages coming in. I appreciate everybody. Yeah, man. Appreciate everybody and all the messages coming in right about now. You know, it's funny. A lot of times the conversations that happen here on this platform are stem from just regular convos that go on with us in the daytime. You know what I mean? Today, was driving. As you can tell, I'm on the road right now, but you know, we strive to bring you the content, bring you the show wherever we are. All right. So I'm out here and hopped in the car, turned it on. The Bluetooth picks up the phone right away and goes straight to my iTunes and whatnot. And guess what starts playing? Gold Digger, Kanye West, right? And this has got nothing to do with a Gold Digger, but it's just the line, you know, it's just speaking about can you deal with a broke person? You know what I mean? And then, you know, you help them to come up. And then Kanye says, well, she leaves you ad for a white girl. But that's not what we're talking about. It's just, you know what I mean? So the conversation went on there. And, you know, it started out with just myself and somebody else. And then as it progressed, other people got involved. And you realize how many people have opinions on these things, you know, because it's real. It's real out here in these streets. Right? We already getting comments and stuff like that. Sonia says nothing is wrong with dating Mr. Broke, but he must have some ambition not to stay broke. We all have to start somewhere. I dig that. I dig that. I dig that. Ladies and gentlemen, broke people getting a lot of, hey, I'm broke. Hey, I'm broke too, you know what I mean? I'm wearing my brokenness on my sleeve like epaulets, baby. You know what I mean? High school vibe. But we're gonna get some music going in right about now, just so we can get a show on the road. Raw Zion Highness Massive, we got you, all right? Sonia, thank you. What up, Clementine? How you doing? New Jersey's locked in. We got the people watching on YouTube. Everybody on homegrownwithgcole.com. People on the Facebook platform, my G Cole. Yes, man. We're going to raise the nature.
You're ruling the way that I move, and I'll breathe your air.
Define broke, I like it.
Only can rescue me.
Clementine say you gotta bring something to the table to eat, not sure. What if I only got a plate, man, and some silverware?
If you were mine, if you were mine, I wouldn't want to go to heaven. Cherish the day, I won't go astray, I won't be afraid, you won't catch me running, you're ruling the way that I
move. Her name's Althea Hewitt. Come see courtesy of Aqua Jacket. Large himself, Clive Davidson.
Yeah.
Passa, ya try start to the mesh. Passa.
You're ruling the way that I move, and I'll breathe your air. You only can rescue me. This is my prayer. If you were mine, if you were mine, I wouldn't want to go to heaven. Cherish the day, I won't go astray.
It's a gender-free conversation, you know what I mean? That's why we ask the fellas and we ask the ladies. Yes, the fellas are normally quiet. So if there's a particular fella you want to hear their voice, by all means, share the link. Tell them to join us, you know what I mean? Always welcome the convo. The opinions of everybody.
Show me how deep love can be.
Large up Jorena.
Yeah. Cherish the day, I won't go astray, I won't be afraid,
Got the larger by Mar Shepherd.
won't run away.
Blessings in a king. Clementine, that's why I love you in a style.
Show me how deep love.
Keep it real. When these topics come up, I be a lie in front, people lie in front, you know. I'm just saying.
Show me how deep love can be. This is my prayer. I cherish the day. Won't go astray. I won't be afraid. Won't run away. Won't shy. Cherish the day. Won't go astray. I cherish the day. I cherish the day.
Where's the Clementine? I gotta put gas in my plane, not you. Yeah, I mean, this jet gotta take off, man. It don't fly on water.
Quiero saber tus secretos.
No, Kiki. You can't just start off like that. Hi, Kiki. How are you?
She plans to make you fall in love. Some kind loving, make you look at her.
Kiki says, me allergic to hunger and broke pockets. I ain't mad at any man who wouldn't do it. Kiki, trust me, we're asking the fellas and we're asking the ladies, all right? This one right here is yours truly. It's G. Cole, Shayla Dow. When girl meets boy.
When girl meets boy, she plans to make you fall in love. Some kind loving, make you look at her. Like there's no one else but you and I. Only a girl could understand it. 'Cause I know by now you've already kissed me in your head. Girl, I feel the same way you do. It's just a different point of view. I wanna be alone with you. Na 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 na. So this is what we're gonna do. We're going on a date or two. I'd rather be in love with you. Na 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 na.
When boy meets girl, he starts fantasizing right away. I know, yes I know it. And in this young man's world, I've already kissed your lips and heard you say that you love, yes you love me. Only a man can understand it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. By now we've already made love in my head. Ooh,
Yeah, man, gotta pick up J Vibe
Chico, háblame.
and the Clouds Rhythm. Pick up everybody who participated in Rhythm too, you know what I mean? On the way, Fresh Up Bus 5,
Girl meets boy,
Christopher Martin,
she
Cecile,
make you fall in love. Some kind loving, make you look at her. Like there's no one else but you and I. Only a girl could understand it. 'Cause I know by now you've already kissed me in your head. Girl, I feel the same way you do. It's just a different point of view. I wanna be alone with you. Na 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 na. So this is what we're gonna do. We're going on a date or two.
When boy meets girl, he starts fantasizing right away. I know, yes I know it. And in this young man's world, what Juanito? When he kissed your lips and hurt you. Original raps and kush. That you love, yes you love me. Only a man can understand it. Oh yeah, oh yeah. By now we've already made love in my head. Ooh baby, girl I feel the same way you do. It's just a different point of view. I wanna be alone with you. Na 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 na. Wagwan Orel.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're going on a date or two. I'd rather be in love with you. Na 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 na. Words can't say how much I wanna have your love right here.
Hey Marjorie.
Right now, right away.
How you doing?
Oh, oh, oh.
There's an urge. We've been fighting for so long. Let's stop and explore this sacred space.
You and I.
Girl, I feel the same way you do. It's just a different point of view. I wanna be alone with you.
Na 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 na. So this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. Going on a date or two. I'd rather be in love with you. Na 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 na.
Girl, I feel the same way you do. Oh, yeah. Lots of ATL fam. Tampa's here too. Miramar's in the building.
So this is what we're gonna do.
Baby.
We're going on a date or two.
Oh,
I'd rather be in love with you. Na 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 na.
Lots of New Jersey fam.
Oh, baby, give me a low.
Renee, Roxine, what up? Reeve. Love y'all, man.
But I think you
Steve.
can go.
Oh, yeah.
Quiero saber. Quiero saber. Todos tus secretos, dámelos a mí. Ven y ven. Y ven a mí, ven a mí, ven a mí. Haz lo que quieres de mí, haz lo que quieres de mí. Dámelo, 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 dámelo.
Okay.
Some Jamaican love here.
Man, that sounds sexy. Marjorie. Jano, Marjorie. Just like that? Just gonna drop it out like that? I've dated and married a broke man. All right, so here's the deal. We're talking tonight about Earl say you'll try and back. You just appreciate it, Earl, because I'm gonna tell you something. You have certain people who shall remain nameless, Mish, who they're always trying to throw me under the fire, and I mean throw me under the bus, all and look at thing there, and but it's all good. You know what I mean? Transparency is key. We ain't got nothing to hide. The truth. Again, backing up a little bit, Clementine said earlier, I'm gonna be completely honest. I can't deal with the brokenness. So it's a no for her. Right? Kiki was right there. I'm allergic to hunger and broke pockets. I ain't mad at no man who wouldn't do it, right? So I said, why you broke? What you doing about being broke? Why should I entertain your misfortunes? She not easy. And them said birds of a feather be flying together. Well, she said flock because maybe the funds are there for the flight. So flock together. And I'm no bird. I'm a spaceship headed to the moon. Of course, Clementine do what she do best. She get New York with it. She said facts. You know what I mean? But I saw the tingo. It's a crazy, 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 crazy day. A fun one, but a crazy day nonetheless. All right. And of course, then we have the people who are throwing people under the bus. You know what I'm saying? But it's all gravy. It's all gravy. Marjorie said, I've dated and married a broke man. How did that work out? Marjorie, we need some feedback on that one. How did that one work out? You say it happened, huh? It happened. You know what I mean? Well, you say Juanita from before the kush get rap. All right. And of course, Earl is here to back me up. So let me clarify something. Right away. Right? When we say broke is not you know, sometimes when you think about broke, people say, all right, you know what? If you're not financially endowed, you know what I mean? If you're not, you know, way up there on the financial totem pole, then the counter to that is broke. No. You know what I mean? It's not that you're either rich or broke. No. Right. And again, for further clarification, DJ Lance is in the building too. So you don't know, maybe he can support the movement too. I appreciate it. Large himself, Viv. All right, again, Armor UK Massive. So we're not talking about going through rough times. We're not talking about, you know, everybody struggles sometimes. So let me find the best way to describe, right? If you are doing your thing, paying your bills, living your life, but you just don't have a lot of resources, you just don't have a lot of resources, I don't count you as being broke, to be honest with you, because your bills them up here. If you really need something, you could get it. You know what I mean? Your needs are met. You know, you can meet your needs and the needs of whomever, you know, you're responsible for. That doesn't make you broke. That just makes you on the come up, right? A regular person just living your life, paying your bills and your bills on the whole nine, right? Now, broke to me pretty much is more than just physical. Now, broke is a state of mind, you know. Broke now is you can't handle your overhead. All right. So, you know, can't meet the bills. I'll need assistance constantly, right? That person who's always in need of something from somebody constantly. That is more so along the lines of broke. All right. Not just, you know, I ain't got no money this week. You got a job, you know, get paid. It's all good, whatever the case may be. But folks who are always a week or two or three or four or five or six or seven or 8 or 9 or 10 behind the bills. You know what I mean? Somebody, if you get with them, then their expenses are going to become your expense. And you don't know, you have to go fuck out. And, you know, if guys need to go out one day or whatever the case may be, you know, it's all going to be on you. And, you know, you go PR him a visit one day and people are go vex because, you know, them broke and miserable and all that. And, you know, no, if I go listen to the situation, and of course listening to it also means, you know, figure out a way how you're going to help with the situation. And you know what I mean? That's broke. Broke is the line behind not having it. It's not about not having it today. You know what I mean? It's broke. And the thing about being broke too is that broke has a tendency to continue. It's like, you know, the constant being broke. You know, it's an action word. You know what I'm saying? Always being broke. You know, folks get together, you're hanging out. That one person, you know what I mean? The joker smoker, according to my late brother, you know, the one who always has smoke again by us live. You know what I mean? But it's just you know exactly what I'm talking about. Clementine said you have to have your own home or apartment and a car or a damn bus pass. I like that because we ain't beating nobody down. If you don't have a ride, you don't have a ride. You know what I mean? There's some cities that you don't even need to have one. If you don't have a ride, you don't have a ride, but you got a means to get where you need to go when you need to get there, right? 9 times out of 10, you know, the whole concept of broke doesn't come into play until your brokenness start affecting others, right? Because somebody who's just chilling at the crib, right? Working, the bill paid, it's a paycheck to paycheck. Believe it or not, you know, survey says, I think it's 80-something% of the populace, regular populace, is living paycheck to paycheck, right? So it's a normal thing. It's not good, but it's a normal thing. So if your bill's paid and you know have a lot more to do, a lot more, then I won't even put you in the broke category. You know what I mean? Broke is behind that. Like, yo, the bill ain't paid. You know what I'm saying? The bills, no, they're not paid. You know, and like Suzette said earlier on, how did you get too broke? Right? And how long you're staying broke, right? And what are your efforts to get out of being broke? All of that long epilogue right there is pretty much just to somehow define and describe what broke is when we say, would you date a broke chick? Would you date a broke dude? Right? Or else, are you saying they don't even have a checking account? Listen, they could have a checking account. You got people got checking and savings, but no in it. You know what I mean? No into it. It's still open. You know what I mean? Maybe enough to keep it open. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we're getting at with it. All right. A lot of love going on right here. Marjorie says that's people with no ambition. Julian said, after you define broke, you need to define dating. Yo, easy enough. But something, you do have a point. You do have a point. So we got to define dating. All right. And yeah, we're gonna define dating really, really soon. All right. And dating varies too based on who it is, as you know, Julian. Some people, I've had conversation about dating. Dating, some people call it the time when you get to know people. You go out on dates. Hey, you're going out for a drink, you're going out for dinner, you're going out for whatever. That's a date, right? Some people feel like that's all that constitutes a date. It doesn't get physical, it doesn't get intimate. And they have some people who feel like, yo, dating is just where it's a cut and gut show, Anything from beginning to end, from a drink to breakfast and bed the next morning. You know what I'm saying? That can constitute dating. It's really relative and up to each and every one, right? Let me see here. Clementine said, true G code. No, Clementine. Oral says, not saying you need a job to be with me. Gotta have a J-O-B if you want to be with. Okay. All right. Sonia said, no, that's a problem, being broke all the time. Oh, hell. She said, oh, hell no. True. Keep it moving. But don't we all know or have encountered at some point in time the person who, people have professions, they have hobbies, they have things that they do, right? Some people, being broke is a profession. Some being broke is a hobby. You know what I'm saying? Be broke is a lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? It happens. And again, I personally feel like being broke doesn't become that much of an issue until it crosses over into your life and start to affect you. So in other words, if you're messing with a dude and he's broke, Julian said, define broke and then define dating, which I am going to surmise from that pretty much that, you know what I mean? As long as you don't then cross the borders, or let me not say if it's just a hookup thing, or I like you, you like me, the physical attractions there, we can kick it, but don't be calling me about your phone bill, dude. I think that's what Julian's getting at with that one. All right, correct me if I'm wrong. But when we talk about the whole scenario, a lot of times people will deal with certain things until you are being broke becomes a burden on them. Because truth be told, I personally feel like when two people get together for dating, and even after they get involved in a relationship, because the concept of you're in a relationship today and you inquire about what the future is and a planned future from, get to know each other and take some time getting to know each other. And here's the thing, if we are together, I'm not necessarily all up in your finances, and you're not going to be all up in mine. Once we get to the point where we're going to take it further and we say, so there's a future here, and that's relative too, because it depends, we can determine how long it takes to determine if there is a future here. Then we start crossing that bridge. Because now when we merge, right, my expenses and your expenses are going to become joint. So here's the thing, no. So we work in all our lives hard to make sure that we're good and whatnot, not. And then the other person might not have been doing the same, or who knows, may have just been coming up on hard times or whatever the case may be. The logic always uses this. If I've got $1 and you and I get together, we've got to have at least $1.50 or more, right? I can't have $1 when me get together, I got 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? Something wrong this one. So like Julian says here, 100% right. If it's a hookup thing, she's good. You know what I mean? And I really need to get in. Is that the part that you say I'm right with, right, Julian? If it's a hookup thing, are we just kicking it? You know what I mean? It's just a sexual, casual thing. It's a vibe. You know what I mean? It's a physical thing. You know what I mean? Then it's all good. You could be broke. You could be broke. For the most part, she's just gonna say, let's just not meet at the restaurant. You know what I mean? Let's just not meet at the restaurant because she's not trying to pick up all that tab. You know what I'm saying? What up, Tracy Christie? How's it going? Large up the Toronto Massive. Everybody up there in cold Canada, right? Tracy says, being broke isn't love. Money is the devil. Being broke isn't love. Money is the devil. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know if money is the devil. I mean, that's just me. The worship and the love of money, well, that's bad. Let me tell you something. You know what's more evil than money? Broke. All right. So I'm just saying. Tracy Christie says it's called balance. Right. And then of course, DJ Lance says, sound like a Tina Turner song, right? What's love got to do with it? Blessings, Tracy, blessings. Tracy Christie said, ka. All right. No, not a broke hookup. Clementine, let's keep it $1 now. Let's keep it $1. Keep it a book, all right? Nobody now watch except me and you. It's just me and you. These people ain't seen I just blocked them all. It's just me and you right now, Clementine. Yeah, tell me say you never hook up with a broke man just because you like him and you think he fine. And you know there ain't no future here. And you know don't want this man because you don't know. So this man have about $1.94 to name, but he fine. You know what I mean? And you are compromising right now. You're going to invest your time, and not your finances, not your resources, not your future, but you're going to invest your time right now to see if this brother can rock your world. Huh? Clementine, nobody now know me alone. I thought me block everybody. It's just you and me. Keep it a buck. As a matter of fact, what's his name? Is that boy Tyrone, ain't it? It's that boy Tyrone. Tracy, Dale is in the building. Fellas, you know what? Let us know what's going on. Dale says, date? Sure. Marry? The question saying is still there. Clementine said, hell no. And of course, Marjorie said, right? No, I would not want to date a broke man. Been there, done that. So she has done her investment in the broke world. All right. And maybe that's what it is. You know, maybe everybody, if you date a broke brother or a broke lady, get it out the system so you can now say no without feeling like you're passing judgment. Now, here's the hypocrisy within all of this nonsense right about now, right? The craziness about it is this. Most people, when these topics come up on a public forum, give the politically correct answer. The answer that they think don't make them look bad, right? No one wants to look like they're a floozy, them heartless. They're just in it for the dough and not in it for the love. So people's, it's all about the love. It's all about this. It's all about that, right? So when it's not about the money and all that, right? Till the rent's due. And then you got folks who, they fishing, man. So they'll tell you straight up, say, boy, yeah, they'll do it. They're going to do it. Because they, again, trying to look good. Then you have those people are going to say, no, I'm not doing it because I've done this. I've achieved mine. And you have to respect that. All right. Tracy Christie says, honestly, he has to bring the same or more to the table, but I'll have his back. You see me I talk about? I like that, Tracy. Bring the same or more to the table, but you will have his back. Right? But what if in back pocket? No pocket. What if you look on the back? No pocket, no wallet, no in there, no money, no in there, no man broke. You know what I mean? I'm just messing with you, but I feel you. She said, let me refresh. I can see no one typing. Mish mentioned earlier me and my views and my opinion. I think the whole concept, and this is just for me, the views of G. Cole does not represent those of anybody else, not even Homegrown with G. Cole, not Royal Zion Hannis Radio, not Real Vibes Live, not nobody who broadcasts the program, right? For me, there are certain points in your life that you reach where you graduate from certain things, right? So as a younger person coming up in life and, you're trying to do your thing, try to come up, make you're finding your own footing or whatever the case may be, then, you can take all the risks and adventures you want in life. Just like I feel like in any way, shape or form, risks can be taken at a young. There's certain risks that I would take at 20 that I wouldn't take now. There's certain risks that I'll take right now that I would not encourage my father, who's almost 70 years old, to take. Right? Investments and otherwise. Because I have the time to recoup, to bounce back from certain things. If he's 70 and whatever the case may be, then he doesn't have the time for all that, right? Now, I use that example to say, at this point in time, I'm 42. At this point in time, if I am single, I'm not single, so I ain't got it. This is all hypothetics for me. I ain't got to be out there on the scene with y'all single crazy folks. But if I am single at this age, right? And I've worked hard. I've tried to set my footing up, do what I got to do, put myself in a position that I can survive. And, I'm that person who's been planning for retirement since I was 20 years old. So if I'm here planning for the years when I'm going to be chilling, right? So I'm working hard. I'm saving, I'm investing, I'm doing what I'm doing. I got my crib, trying to make sure that's paid off so that by the time I reach, even before retirement, I'll be able to live not such a stressful life, you know what I mean? And prepare myself for the latter years right now. Like right now? No. As a matter of fact, rewind. Rewind. Right now? Hell no. Right? So the thing is, no. For me to answer the question, Mitch, no. Hell no. Right? Because right now, I am not I've done my part in putting my work in to build, right? And at a certain age, find my partner to build with. And if that wasn't the case, then I'd be building solo. But right now, I would not be entering into a relationship with somebody who is in that the phase of life that I was in 20 years ago. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong, in my opinion. There's nothing wrong with you. You have options. It's you respect your choice, right? You can say, no, it's just not for me. But like I said, if I was young and I'm on it's all good. Yeah, let's build. You know what I mean? But me now go work hard and do all I want me need for build to then now at this point in time when I count up my ducks and I say, boy, Jano, so I reach 55, me can start early retirement, Not rich, but can, you know what I mean? Pay off the crib and the car and do some traveling and enjoy life. Man, it'd be dope to find somebody who's on the same page and we can merge that stuff together. So that if we decide to go to the Maldives and do some stuff, it's us doing it. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't want to go to the Maldives by myself. Maybe I don't want to go to Seychelles Islands by myself. So I look at the vacation package and it costs 12 G's. It'd be dope to be able to have somebody with our combined resources. We say, you know what, let's go in it together. You know what I mean? And we go, I ain't need to be spending no damn 12 G's for both of us to go to the Maldives. Huh? I don't, you know what I mean? At this point, I'm like, okay, let's get this thing going, pay these bills, whatever the case may be. Now I got to pay mine and pay yours. My girl, hear me well. Them dead days, they gone. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Marjorie says, yep, equal value is a great start. Sometimes if we need to know, talks about it too, because sometimes we just can't relate. All right. Tracy says, true. I'm doing it now. I wish I'd done it sooner. I feel you. And I know it's not the dating the broke person thing you're talking about. You know what I mean? Julie said, while having a heart, you need to be, hold on, I'm going to get the right voice because when Julie said fair thing, she come from emotional place. While having a heart, you need to be smart. It may not be all about money for you, but for the broke person, they may see you as their own personal bank if they play their game right. So you have to be careful about everyone, even more so with those who up front are broke. All right. So I'm just saying. And Tracy said, my youths are set up and you see that? See that? The other thing too, here's another thing too. And you mentioned the youths because this came up in convo too. So let's say you're about, am I considered middle-aged? I feel like I was a kid yesterday. 42 middle-aged? 42 old? Me no. Bible said 70, that's 70. So that means that 35 halfway. That means I'm over the hill. So okay. So right now, as I do my math for the future too, I think of my kid, right? And if my god kid, whatever, my nieces, of course, my girls, my daughter, my two nieces. So right now, my mindset pretty much is, okay, I'm setting the ducks in a row so that when I depart, I can't stand on the favor and I'm gone after a while. Now, after the pearly gates, I'm gone in a Zion, me say. All right. So after a while, I'm gone. But I want to make sure that I'm leaving and I'm preparing stuff for them. You know what I mean? That's what I work hard for to pass on. No, I'm going to get together with Senorita Brocchi and my resources are good as I know. So it's going to affect what I'm able to probably leave for my child and my nieces. Clementine said, you're not going to come up off me. Have your own before coming to me. You know what I'm saying? That the ladies are putting it up. Fellas, want to say, because the ladies are very, very, very boast with it. You know what I mean? They out here just letting their feelings be known. All right. So fellas, want to dare talk up. You know, the ladies I'm always at to go, the thing already is it. Right? That's what it is. Let me see what's going on here. Beverly says, hello, dear. Not about money. They better not be married. That response says a lot. Now, it says, not about money. They better not be married. What you're saying, you don't want a married man come try creeping anything. Am I understanding correctly? That sounds like something I'm telling last weekend. Still vexing. But talk about it. Hit this up a little bit later. The man shouldn't have done that. Trevor, leave these single women alone and stay and work on your relationship. Trevor, leave Beverly alone. All right? Beverly, I don't know if that's what you're talking about, but it's on. Yeah. Judith says, hey, Judith Falloon Reed, how you doing? Judith says, yes, as long as broke is not preferred state or destination. Well, here what, Judith? A lot of time it might take you a while to find out if it's a preferred state or destination, because is that one is that a question you're going to ask when you just link up, and two, if you ask the question, you think if it's a preferred state, the man gonna say, of course, I broke my thing, you know, I broke me say, no money, broke and clean. When I say broke and clean, me say him not gonna say that. It's gonna be a little bit down the road that you realize, well, damn, this brother chilling in the broke zone. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I love everybody's opinion. That pretty much is just me. So, but I like your heart, you know, Judith. I like your heart. Here's the other thing to Judith. Follow and read. I know some always a trouble you when you come on, right? Because I gotta milk it. You can't say anything you want to say because you're probably not at a single market with a bug or broke people holler. You know what I mean? Or a fish to say, which one I'm broke person I'm gonna talk about. You see it? I love when the Cheryl and Marshall mentioned earlier. Say, of course she would do it. It's not about the money, but guess what? Cheryl can't say anything because she done married already. You see what I talk about? Them things you say you're comfortable for saying it, but let me tell you something, Judy. You say, if anything, I wish you all the years of bliss and I hope it works. But see, if me ever find out you're single, I link every broke person me know and say, yo, call a lady here. All right, she's very nice. She's very nice. Or else it's so true. Been there, done that. All right, Trace, is absolutely nothing wrong. The broke thing and easy, you know, it coming like a flu. Not true. All right, Beverly say they have no money, they better have teeth. Yo, I'm in the Midwest right about now. There's that teeth thing there. It's not a prerequisite out here. All right, it's not a prerequisite out here. Mish say, so what happened if she had it? All money's love. Hold on, rewind. Hold on. Rewind, Mish. So what happens if she had it all? You have to check the words in the right way. Had, not have. Had it all. Monies, love, cook a good meal, and then the market tanks and now the struggles kick in. She's broke. Will you stay or find all sort of excuses to leave? All right. We're gonna talk about a little thing, agendaism right about now. All right. We'll talk about agendaism. Hear what now? The question is, would you date a broke guy? Right? Now, if she had it all, then she never did broke. Something happened. Now you're telling me, say, all of her money was in the market, right? If all of your money tied up in the stock market, too, if the stock market tank, you gone financially underwater, then that means you are broke, because what's outside of that? What's in the savings? What's in the checking? So, no, I don't think anybody's gonna, because bear in mind that if two people are together and all them like a thing, they're not build, and even if you're not building, you're just together, you're doing you, I'm doing me, and we're doing it, and hardships happen, and it can happen to me too. But if you have all of your money, tied up in the stock market, and the stock market tanks and you lose it all, then I know your brokenness and your financial situation. I mean, if your question is your sanity, your smarts, and your common sense, every penny in a stock market, not well, we need to broke up for other reasons. Not you. You know what I mean? You're suffering from a case of fool. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably what's going to go on there. It's not about finding excuses to leave. Nobody not obligated to stay with nobody, you know. Right? But again, just going off of the comment here, I'm in love. You're showing love, cook a good meal. You know, the topic of the show is not about a good meal. Nobody care about a good meal. Good meal there, road, God on us. You know what I'm saying? I joke. But I'm just saying, the thing is, it's not about that right about now. We're talking about, would you date a broke chick? Would you date a broke dude? You're single out in these streets, you meet somebody, you're aware currently, right now, at whatever phase of your life you are, that they are broke. Are you giving it a shot? Despite, feel free to answer that down the road. Mish, so we can get to that. So they say, when you put up with the substandard, you invite all kinds of issues. You never bargain for Jano Star. Wallanda. I have to do that. When you put up with the substandard, you invite all kinds of issues you never bargained for. Stick to your standards and don't bend. I love that. It's about the standards. Ain't nothing wrong with having standards. It's just like somebody tell me one time, so boy, if the man have no option, I want nothing to do with him, and if him not in shape, you know, it's standards, right? It's your standards. Hold on to your standards. It can be the same thing with the financial thing. If the man broke, tell him to kick rocks. If you broke, and him tell him to kick rocks, you just have to kick rocks. You know what I mean? Link up with another broke person. Because here's the deal. You know, I'll leave that up for a reason. she says, stick to your standards. I'm going to switch it up a bit and say, your tax bracket. Because the truth is, a lot of times, that's where it's at, you know. Somebody is well off financially, and them get with somebody who is a have-not. What happens a lot of times is, without the love and the passion and the infatuation and the obsession from the get-go and the little butterflies override a lot of things and cloud your vision. What you have to realize is maybe that person can't relate to you, because remember, unlike, I mean, I can't speak on behalf of anybody. I've never had any. I never find money yet. Never find money yet. Right? I can't win arguments. I don't expect to win the money. That's everything that I've ever had, I'd worked for. So some folks might not realize what it takes. And then you are the hardworking person. You got to do this. You got to do that. You got to be something. You're grinding 16 hours a day, whatever the case may be. Sometimes you're not able to be home as much as you want to be and all them things, right? That's what you've got to do to not be broke. The person that's broke has got to free your mind, because the less overhead, to the truth, they ain't got to pay this $5,000 a month in mortgage, right? They ain't got to pay the $700 a month in car payment, right? The insurance, they don't have to do all kind of things, right? They're not paying into this life insurance and all them things, right? Because it's just not their standard, according to Suzette. So the thing is, later on, they probably can't relate to certain things, as well as your appreciation and value for certain things. You may end up bumping heads later too, because them look at things a little different. They just look at it for, it's just a free living. I know people who are not in the greatest of financial situations, and they're good. They're not necessarily striving for what I'm striving for, what you're striving for, what somebody else is striving for. Them good. And sometimes I laugh about it and I say, y'all got a peace of mind that I can't pay for, because of the fact that you ain't worried about the roof over the head being there. You're not worried about paying for college. You ain't worried about, you're just free. I go through and do your thing. So sometimes people are broke by choice, and that's just what they want to do. The problem is when you start suck somebody else in who's not on the same page with you, right? Or else say, some been on top but fell on hard times. That's cool. Here's the thing with people who've been on top and fell on hard times. It's normally a part of the process. So they don't have the mindset to be there. They're going to get up and they're going to brush off and they're going to go back what they need to do. And again, remember, we're not talking about financial astuteness. We're not talking about anybody who is, you know, wealthy and all that. We're just talking about broke versus not broke, right? Not rich, not wealthy, not none of that. Just, I'm all right, or I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? Clementine said, G. Cole, I feel the same way. I put in the work already. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Put in all of the work for do what they're all about. For what? Right? Beverly says, don't meet no one at the bus stop. Listen, man. What if I just like going on the bus? What if it clears my head? What if it clears my head to go on the bus and just cruise around with the folks? You know what I mean? I'm not in a hurry to get to work. I got time. So I just get on the bus and I just cruise. You know what I mean? Try to put my bus pass in. It get declined. You know what I mean? Put it in one more time. Bus pass get declined. And driver say, bus pass declined, but we take cash and hit up on kick you off the bus. Now that's a different story. Right, Beverly? Different story. Tracy said, soon you'll be walking your princess down the aisle book club. You know something? I can move on from a comment real fast, Tracy Christie. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And I depend on that. I joke, man. It's someday. All right. I'm just not trying to think about it anytime soon. No time soon. All right. Let's see here. Where are we at? Still a baby. Tracy said it is very important to look after your youths when you're gone. Absolutely. And sometimes broke people, I'm gonna stop you from do that. Judith Fulton says, history, man. Sometimes things happen. So if you wasn't broke all along, yeah, it's true. You're right. You know, if you never broke all along, you're not gonna stay broke. You know, it's just an obstacle along the way. But you can't be always broke and then being okay is just a step along the way. That's where the problem comes into play. You know what I mean? Earl says, I agree, Cole. You have my back. Trust me. Good at clean shoes and teeth. Beverly, you know, easy. You know, you're doing easy. Judith said, history counts. But here's the thing. You're right, no, Judith. History does count. But again, when you meet somebody, it'll take some time for you to find out the real history. But if you are aware that the person's again, we're not talking about the lack of wealth, you know. I am not wealthy. I only know a few wealthy people, right? I know more people that are not wealthy than I know wealthy people, right? In fact, I know more. I don't know many rich people, right? But I know a lot of people who are okay. They're doing their thing, setting up their plans, trying to make sure they're good for later on in life, and all that. Putting through all of that, and again, as a young person coming up doing your thing, I think that's evolution too. You know, I think the brokenness, you need to outgrow the brokenness. Just being real, and I'm not saying hardship can't come because I've done hardship, right? But you if you are in the same spot at 40 that you were at 20, something's wrong. Not true. If you're in the same spot at 50 that you were at 30, something's wrong. So the person who you're going to date, who is putting in all that work and all that effort to elevate themselves, I think it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for them to decide that, you know, something. Let's roll. You do have those people who have a hero complex. You have those people who like projects, you know what I mean? Who like to build up, you know what I mean? But you know, and again, I'm hearing you all loud and clear, and I love the opinions. First of all, thank you all so much. Tracy said, I was with a man for 8 months, no job. I've been there together 18 years. Well on. He bought his own business. Mad. Let me tell you something, Tracy Christie. In the words of Donald Trump, you can shot somebody in the middle of the square right about now and get away with it. Here, as a matter of fact, you can kill somebody and still go to Zion tomorrow if you do the man for 80 for that much. All right. But you say 8 months, no job. But here's the difference though. That person, you can correct me if I'm wrong, based on what you're saying, that wasn't somebody who broke was a mindset. That sounded like somebody who lost a job. And for 8 months was either strategizing, putting something together, or doing whatever. Or they just broke, right? That person who was without a job for 8 months, as Judith mentioned earlier, what's the history? Prior to that, you were with them for 8 months without a job, but prior to that, they did have a job, right? And they were doing okay. That's a case of the hardship and the hard time. That is quite understandable. And you know something? I got to give you mad props for that, because you have a lot of people who would then bail and leave the person in times of hardship. So kudos for that. But if the man did broke before that and never work and unemployed and wherever from a long time, I don't think there'd be no 18 years, Tracy Christie. You tell me. Pearly May, what's popping? So good to see you. All right. Always have that emergency fund. Trust me. Judith says, I've been broke from health issues, took every cent, and that's what I talk about. I don't know anybody who can say, and I'm not saying everybody is, but I don't know anybody out here who can say they've never been broke, they've never been down. But again, that was a hurdle in your journey, right? Versus you being all right, being a blessing in your journey of being broke, right? And that's why somebody who's not accustomed to being broke, their mindset is not being broke. If they are broke today, they're not going to stay that way. This is as a result of something. So, like you said, health. It could be health. Mish mentioned earlier the market. Certain things can take your resources, but you will build back. People like those will build back because they're accustomed to certain things and they have certain ambitions and whatever. It's just that misfortunes happen, be it ill health or just ill fortune, right? But again, if you have all your eggs in a one basket, then being broke is not the issue. It's just your financial savvy may be up for question, and then maybe you have to think, so maybe the person has somebody who gamble with the thing, you know what I mean, and I make sound financial decision. That in itself is an issue too. All right, but again, understand, like Mish said earlier, the market. Judith says health things do happen, but if broke is not where you want to be, you ain't gonna stay there. Broke tech being used to, right? Or else, as long as she's not high maintenance or trying to live high on the hog, that is a total different thing, because that's another thing that's crazy. The broke people who are living, who love the high life. You know what I mean? How many people know people who are not doing well financially, but that's not gonna stop them from going to the mall and copping that thing there? You know what I mean? Who struggling to pay the phone bill, but that not gonna stop them from the all-inclusive party. that's the type of person that is the dangerous situation. Because again, you know, we talk about the age situation. You becoming a certain age, so you start looking at things and for things differently. You have to realize that as you cross certain thresholds, the you and the them starts turning to we and us and our, right? So at some point in time, there are people who are going to be entrusted with your finances. If we're going to come together like that, right? Think of even you being in ill health and that person have to govern your finances while you under, but their mindset is from a broke that you're going to go in the hospital and come back out broke and not even pay the bill yet because they're just not used to or not capable of governing that finance. So there's a lot of things to think about. You know, the topic comes up, would you date a broke person? It's tongue in cheek and all them things that because, you know, it stirs up people thinking from one vantage point that, oh, it's just man have no money and you're heartless and you know love and whatever the case may be. No, it's just it's a whole bunch of things in terms of our future. We have a tendency that people say life is short. What if it's long? My grandma died at 102, right? People say life is short. Sometimes it's long, you know. You know what's not good when life is long? Being broke. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes life long. So you're in situations right about now where you're coming together with somebody who is not financially sound, not financially wise, makes bad financial decisions. Let me tell you something. You can get over that sometimes. You can get over infidelity a lot of times more easy than somebody else squander off the thing. I want bunny here and there. You know what I mean? Versus spend off the body here and there. I'm just saying. Clementine said, my mother said you can do bad by yourself. She taught us about broke pocket. Yeah. Beverly, they take you to a restaurant, the dollar menu. They got only 5. Beverly, we didn't get you on the phone and you're vexed, you know. Somebody trouble you. Misses a question based on your previous income. I know, I'm messing with you. Listen, you throw it, the ball, and we bat it back. All right, tennis. Okay. Tracy says stand firm. All right. It's just it's a part of life, and again, tongue in cheek, we come up with the questions and so forth. But realistically speaking, I've had conversations too, and you have to realize there are more marriages that end because of financial issues than sometimes infidelities. You know, when people broke, they're miserable. You know what I mean? When the bills can't pay, everybody's upset and there's just no peace in the house. Everybody's always upset, right? Lights ain't on, it's this, it's that, it's that, it's that, it's that. Somebody wants a better life. One person say, you know something, it's not that I didn't love you, but I can't do this. I can't live like this. And they leave and they find themselves somebody better. Not better, somebody that they can build with. And guess what? You step on the other end. You left me because I never have no money and they left me for a man or a woman with money. Or you're in this relationship and the hardships are there. And because the hardship is there, arguments can't end. Frustration and tensions cannot end. Stress now starts to affect your health and you just have to bounce. The person who is on the end of it that's not liking it, they will always say you left because you left them for somebody else. But truth is, you're not always leaving for something. You're leaving to avoid something a lot of times. So the concept of the broke man, the broke woman is, again, it's not just as simple as, you know, something them not have no money, Megan. We've all been there. And we all know people who have gone through the struggle. But we also know people, if we're being honest, who live, just stay in the struggle, no matter what. And it's not to say, I would love to think that they want to come out, but then you don't see the efforts to get out of it. So you might assume that they cool. You know what I'm saying? So when it's a broke woman and broke man together equal future stroke. But hear what now? Well, it's on there, right? But hear what now? Let's address that thing. And everybody can give me an opinion. You broke, or me broke, and I'm coming there now for deplete your thing, you know what I mean, stress you out. Maybe it better me go find somebody who broke like me because we can relate, not true? To what we broke. Because if me broke, and broke is what I do, and I get with you and you're not broke, it's just a matter of time. I'm gonna deplete the resources. Tracy said, even days gone. Example, truck drivers doing what they gotta do to bring home that bread. Not true. Kiki said, being broke is part of the journey. Staying broke is a damn choice. Yo, when Kiki dropped the gospel playing, it sounded like that come from Psalms. Not true. From Psalms, right? But it is true though. And again, no judgment, no indictment. Margie said, yeah, I love bus rides. You know what I'm saying? That's a nice romantic bus. You know what I mean? What are the men saying? The men are normally quiet. Earl is here representing. You know what I mean? Tracy, gotta run. Much love, Tracy. Much love. Much love. Beverly said, broke man can't turn into rich man living off the girl, and men lie on women too. Yeah, that's why we don't make it gender specific. That's why I asked from both ends. You know what I mean? Would you date a broke woman? Would you date a broke man? Right? Terrence said, agreed. Right? Beverly, if you have to buy Beverly, you know something, Beverly, you know something.
Have you ever loved somebody so much it makes you cry? Have you ever needed something so bad you can't sleep at night? Have you ever tried to find the words but they don't come out right? Have you ever? Have you ever been in love so bad you will do anything to make them understand? Have you ever had someone steal your heart away? You will give anything to make them feel the same. Have you ever searched for words to get you in your heart, but you don't know what to say, and you don't know where to start? Have you ever loved so much it makes you cry? Have you ever needed something so bad sleep at night? Have you ever tried to find a word that things come out right? Have you ever? Have you ever found the one you dream of all your life? Just about anything.
Her name is Tammy T.
To look into their eyes.
It's a big one, trust me.
Have you finally found that one you're giving your heart to? Only the father's one will give their heart to you. Have you ever closed your eyes and dreamed that they were there? And all you can do is wait, or that they would never care. Have you ever loved somebody so much makes you wanna break down and cry? So much. Have you ever tried to find the words?
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole. He's got a heart of gold.
Tammy T, ladies and gentlemen, that one is called Have You Ever? All right, so be with production. Let's get back to the thing, no? Give thanks again for all the calls, all the messages. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Terrence said, actually, let me see here. What do you call broke? Like we mentioned earlier, I think it probably just hopped on, but like we mentioned earlier, broke is not you're going through a financial hardship. Something happened, something, depleted your resources, something you had ill health, and now the finances were depleted by that. We're talking about always being behind, always you're not be able to meet your overhead. Now remember, your overhead is by choice, right? A lot of the things that we acquire is by choice, right? So not having the overhead, not being able to meet your overhead at any time, you know what I mean? Just constantly needing assistance, needing help, needing just coming in from the cold. You know what I'm saying? It's not about not being rich either. We're not talking about the opposite of being rich, because you have a lot of people who make a lot of money and then broke, right? Matri says, business mind likewise. However, you should not live above your means. You know what I mean? That we're talking about. Beverly, you can't cut grass, make money not easy. Terrence says the per capita income of Jamaica is US $5,000 per annum. Broke is contextual. No, because here again, let me rephrase that. My opinion is this, because here's the thing. I am what they'd probably call a middle class kid from Jamaica, right? I know poor folks, I know wealthy folks. Or let me rephrase that. People from lower income brackets than myself. I don't know people from way higher income brackets than myself. No, I know folks, because a lot of times people mention Jamaica and they'll say, well, people in Jamaica are so fun about struggling with this and that. They don't make that much money. You know, amazingly enough, most of the people I know are perfect, that I know. And again, I don't come from any affluence at all. Most of the people who I know in Jamaica are perfectly fine, making good money. Right? Surviving, doing what regular people here in the US do. I know most people in Jamaica that are not rich and are living better than most people who are living in the US. Paying them bills, buying their homes, buying their vehicles, going to work, sending their kids to school, living life, going to the party when the party is coming, and them not living beyond their means, right? Not living beyond their means at all. So I a lot of times when I hear the context of Jamaica, it almost comes across like Jamaica is just a bowl of poverty and everything. And no. People live good. And here's the funny thing about it too. I also know people who make way more than most of the people I'm talking about that are always broke too. So again, broke is not how much money you make. I'm not talking about your salary, because I know people in the US and in Jamaica. I know people make more money than me and they're broke. Many people make more money than I do and they're broke. Just keeping it a buck. So it's not about what you're bringing in or what your salary is or so forth. It's what you do with it, your resources, how you turn it over, what you spend. You know, for the wealthy, they'll tell you it's not what you're bringing, it's what it's how much you keep. You know what I'm saying? It's not the money you're making, it's how much you hold on to, because you have some folks who make a crap load of money, but they spend a lot more. And that keeps them in the broke. Right? You know, being in the industry that I've been in, you know, there are many people who can't afford a lot of things. You go, the home is luxurious and the car is nice, but they're a month or 2 or 3 behind. That's broke. But if you lay eyes on it, it doesn't look that way. Right? That person is no different from the person who don't have it none at all. Because when they come in your life and you become partners now, then you're going to inherit the overhead for the nice house and the nice car that they're overextending for. So when I talk about the broke, I don't focus too much on what the income is as much as how you apply your finances, right? Matri, some people are money hungry and that brings more negative attachment. True that. True that. Need a JOB to be with me, or not playing around here, and I understand exactly, and I agree 119%, 119 and a half. Need a JOB to be with me, or what love have to do with it? You know, easy at all, Orel. Matri says exactly. So go on. Hold on there. Being independent should be the goal. People use money to control each other. Marjorie, that is very true. That is very true. But here's the thing that I've realized when it comes to that concept of people using money to wield power and authority and control things. That was never a hidden thing. The person who did that showed that and wore that on their sleeve from day one. The people who are in that situation dealing with that and complaining about that saw it from day one and decided from day one that it was worth it for them to be in. They might change their mind later, or the burden of that kind of treatment has become too much to bear. So now you hear say, well, they might use the money, they're you know what I mean? They might control them with the money, they're exerting, flexing and exerting dominance over me with this money, and because they are the ones with the money or whatever. But the truth is, you didn't know that from day one. But you decide to go in there because at that point in time, you did the calculation and it was okay. Most of those people who are jerks because of the money that they have, them don't hide them someday. You see that from day one. From the day they took you out to dinner and ordering for you and letting you know how great this place is and how well they do and what them can do, and I order for you and I let you know, so boy, well, maybe you don't understand what's on the menu and the whole nine, and you still make it go by and you start dating and you see it, you know what I mean? They buy certain things for you and start shell out the money, and if you don't show up for something or you can't do this or whatever the case, maybe it come up, you know what I'm saying? How much they've spent and whatever the case. You saw it from day one. Made a choice, made a decision to keep going. And then later on, the burdens of it, too much to bear. Terrence said, if you can meet your financial obligations and save 10% of your income, you're not, see it there? Terrence, yes, I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. But again, you got people that make way more money than you and I put together that can't meet their financial obligations and can't save 10% of the income, right? So though they make what we would deem a lot of money, still broke. You know what I mean? People in Jamaica are not financially prudent. Like I said, the broad brush of people in Jamaica is a term that we have to be very careful of in terms of anything, crime, finances, attitude, treatment, whatever the case may be, because we're speaking about everybody. And truth be told, most people probably are not that way. You know, I get perfect example. I know people in Jamaica who may meet that description of not being financially prudent, right? And most times when you go there, they're hanging out with other people. And there's a couple of people chilling because they're friends and they grew up together, right? But the other people that are around them are. I know people who are, everybody's hanging out, they're all friends, and that person that definitely not work than the financially prudent, like you said, but the other people around them are. And there's more people who are than are not. So that's why I'm gonna say the broad brush is a little reckless. You know what I mean? Beverly said, no, I'm falling in love with the broke man. Yo, Beverly, you know, Beverly. But guess what? Maybe Tyrone, you know what I mean? He's not providing the money, but making you feel good. You know what I'm saying? Making you feel really, really, really good. You know what I'm saying? Matrice said, don't put your trust in somebody to make you better. If you do, you're setting yourself up for failure. Building takes strategy and lots of critical thinking. That's excellent. That is true. That's gospel right there. But what I'm getting at, and have been getting at from the get-go, is just like I feel about when people are getting married, that you need to go figure you out, get you together before you get married. Nobody and crosses up the people in life. It's the same thing with the whole financial thing. Get your stuff together. You see, if you're broke and you know, so boy, and just being honest about it, is again not about ill health or something that takes your finances away. Talking about if it's a situation where, you know, that's just who you are, you have intents to better yourself and to get out of it. The best bet pretty much is get out of it first. Figure you out first. Maybe this time and this person is not for you. This season ain't for you. Right? Get yourself together. Put yourself in a position that you can match somebody equally. It's equilibrium. It's about balance. I said that multiple times earlier. It's about balance. Because you show up to the table with nothing at the table. Guess what's way more likely to happen? And again, I've seen this. Right? I might even say I've experienced it. Everything is push and pull. Gravity exists. Push and pull. So if this is our push and pull, right? And I've got one end and you've got one end. Either I'm pulling, you pushing, and we're going that way. Right? Me, I'm pulling, or me, I pull you along with me, or vice versa. Are you going that way and pulling me back with you? Here's what's way more likely to happen. It is way more likely for the person who is constantly in a space of financial disarray to mess up your finances and cause you financial hurt than for you to find the person who's in financial disarray and bring them up. You might feel you're a hero. I'm telling you, you might feel you're a hero, but it is way more likely for the person who is in financial disarray to pull you down, right? Deplete your resources, put you in a state that you haven't been before, than it is for you to build them up, bring them up to where you are and they have their own too. Believe it or not, right? Terrence, materialism is pushing people apart. The idea of the likes on social media and the hype like crowd and thinking of young women and imperial. I feel you. Terrence, I agreed. There, broke is contextual. Trust me, it is. Beverly said, I can make things. Men have a lot of time. Beverly, I choose something you're talking. I choose something you're talking. Choose something you're talking. But again, we just have to do the best, us, like I mentioned, just like in a marriage, get your stuff together before you go there. The giant people, dolly house, how much it up, right? It's not how much you make, but what you make of what you make. Yeah. What you make of what you make, what you keep of what you make. Resilience, right? Or else it's so true, living beyond your means. Yeah, man. And if somebody live above their means with their resources, what do you think they're going to do with yours? Right? You cannot control people, but you should control things, having a plan and stick to it. You'll be better off. You hear that? Gospel, that's in the Metri said that. All right, make sure you go buy Metri's book. It's a financial guru situation. Weston, what's going on, fam? What's going on, fam? Bless up, my bro. Bless up. Beverly, no, we're not talking about Jamaican men. It was just Terrence had made a reference to Jamaican men, so we went there and had that convo. But no, we're just talking about men in general, not a Jamaican man thing. Trust me, not a Jamaican man thing. All right, Jamaican people both, so Jamaican men are more likely to want to have their money than not have their money together. So when they approach them, can impress and do what they do. You know what I'm saying? Beverly, I have a lot of Jamaican men in school, made it big now. Love you, bro. You see it? Great. I love, trust me, I love it. Or else money, the root of all evil. Sadly, it's been that way for years. Still can't take it to the grave. Again, a lot of people make it sound like that's a biblical thing when they say money is the root of all evil. But the Bible don't say that, no. It's the love of money that is the root of all evil. Money is not the root of all evil. In fact, you can do a lot of good. You can execute a lot of things that biblically are great. Help a lot of people, feed a lot of people, find medicine for people, help people with the healthcare, whatever, if you have the resources, right? So money is not the root of all evil. Money is a good something. Having resources is a good something. Just like everything else, a good person with bountiful resources does great things. A bad person with bountiful resources does either bad things or don't do nothing, right? So if you have resources and you're a good person, then you're gonna help out people. Couple scholarships here and there, help out some people who need food, right? Some people need health, need medication. You can help them because your resources can go that far, right? Can't be evil. But the love of money is evil, because you'll have all that money and insist that you're not giving anybody none, you're not helping nothing. And as a matter of fact, all you focus on is holding on to that and how you can make it better, how you can keep, but just to hoard and just to have the resource and just to diabolically say, I got the world. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nothing wrong with having money or the aspirations for money, because you can do a lot. You know what I mean? For a lot of people who have family members who need help, just your neighbor, the old man down the street, the homeless guy, if you got the resource and you can help, that's dope, right? But if your goal is just to acquire this resource and either misappropriate it, use it for bad things, or not help at all, yes, that is what the Bible speaks of. All right? So that's some people have the misconception that because someone took a drive or someone look or drive a certain car, etc., that they have money. The simplest of people mask their weight in life. You know, that takes me to a story I tell many times, right? We're not an endorsement. I was at that Audi dealership one time, right? Getting a service, right? And we're not name dropping, but there's a reason why I'm mentioning what it was, right? So I'm at the Audi dealership getting my service. And I'm talking to the guy in the service department who, I've been there enough now where we cool. So he's giving me these stories and whatever, right? And he told me he was like, yo, last week, he was mentioning, this is some years ago, but he's saying, yo, last week, this guy came in here. Sunburnt man, disheveled, dirty blonde hair, Bahama shirt, shorts, whatever, Crocs, something like that, right? Walk in to the Audi dealership, and the salespeople paid, and you know where I'm going with this, right? because it sounds a lot of times like cliches and made up story, but these things do happen. He said the sales people that were generally there paid the man no mind. And it's almost like a rite of passage now, and it's almost like a hazing that the young sales guy, they told the young sales guy, hey, go talk to that brother there. Which I'm sure the goal was to ask him a couple questions, tell him when he's here, get him out of here, right? My guy at the service department said that when he went up to the dude, said hello. The guy was very polite. And he said the guy asked 3 questions. 3. 1, does it come in blue? Or whatever type of blue he's talking about. Did it come in that blue? Secondly, does it come in a V12? Which was yes, because that was a V12. And thirdly, will they deliver it? 3 questions, right? 3. It was an Audi R8. This was probably 2005 or so forth. This is when the Audi R8s are just taking over the US, right? Iron Man 1 had just came out. And that movie was the one that they used to advertise the R8 and stuff. And it was the hot ride, right? You're talking about top of the line version of that, maybe $170, right? It's not Ferrari money, but you're talking about maybe 170, right? And dude was like, okay, and he wrote his check. I guess once they checked it out and make sure that he's good, wrote his check, gave them the check, and then stepped back out, got in his car and left. Quickest commission dude made. Get the car, ship the car. I say all of that just to go back to the Suzette thing where you say you can't judge. Most people who look it ain't got it. Right? And it's just a concept of old money, new money too, you know. Grandpa walk out of here looking busted, but the wealth is grandpa's. Grandson walk out of here looking like $1 million bucks, but he need an allowance from grandpa. So it's all relative. You know what I mean? It's all relative. DJ Lance said, if money is that everyone is evil. I don't know what everyone, if money is, everyone is evil. I don't know in a DJ Lance. I don't know. Because some people, there's some good things out here with them wealth. I have to big them up. And, you know, we can't broad brush the thing. If I'm understanding what you're saying. Metri says, word G, the love of money is evil. And it is true. Beverly, thank you so much. You said you helped 3 homeless people today. Metri, true. All right. They're good cars. Till they run out of warranty. But again, the whole concept of will you? So DJ Lance, if you were single, you might not be, but if you were, would you date a broke chick? Terrence, if you were single, would you date a broke chick? Orel, would you date a broke chick? Metri, would you date a broke guy? Clementine, would you date a broke guy? Mish, would you date a broke guy? Julian, would you date a broke guy? Hope, would you date a broke guy? Simple yes or no. Would you? Mish said Jimmy Buffett doesn't look the money part. He definitely does not. You know, I met Jimmy Buffett. He performed at a company event, actually. Cool dude. And you are right. Don't look the part. Can't judge a book by its cover. You know, it's you definitely cannot judge the book by its cover in both aspects of it. And you know, even when it comes to judging the book by its cover, if you're judging the book period from day one, then there's probably an ulterior motive and you have your own, you know, agenda at play here. If we're judging the book, because my thing personally is this: dating, again, maybe it goes back to what dating is, right? I don't feel like if I meet somebody today, and it's just me, if I meet somebody today, I'm single, I meet somebody today, we could be going out for 5 months, 6 months. We're just dating. You don't have a key to my spot. I ain't got a key to your spot, right? You don't necessarily meet the family, right? We're getting to know each other. It's 5, 6 months in. I don't care, right? You don't necessarily have to be sleeping over. You don't have to have a toothbrush at the crib. You don't necessarily have to have a drawer in the dresser. Nah, right? Right? We're not supposed to be exchanging finances. I'm not supposed to be paying your bills. You're not supposed to be paying mine. You don't necessarily need to know my password for nothing. You're not supposed to know how much money I got. You're not supposed to be opening my mail, whatever. We ain't there yet. You know, cross that bridge until after we've been in this relationship for long enough to where we probably engage now and we're planning, or we get to that point and now we're about to make a us of the situation, which can't be after 5, 6, 7 months. It got to be a couple of years we get to know each other, then we know go on. But through this period of time, if you broke or me broke, we need to make up our minds up, it ain't gonna work. But you're not gonna be introduced to the intricacies of my finances so early. Matree said, yes, dating is not spending your fortune or wealth, right? Sonia not play with people. Sonia ain't playing with nobody. Sonia said, nah. Kick rocks, Tito. Nope, she ain't doing it, right? Susan said, why is money evil? Don't we need it to live? Trust me. Trust me. Shouldn't we be accumulating generational wealth? Trust me. Trust me. DJ Lance said, what I'm saying is that if money is the root of all evil, I am dealing with love. If I came in broke, I expect to leave broke. I feel you. I've been after other people money. I feel you on that. But you know, answer the question in the DJ Lance. Say, if you're single right now, at the place you are in your life right now, would you be trying to execute a relationship, rolling forward and bringing into your life a broke chick? Would you? Or would you not? Black Beauty.
Yo, you don't know I'm Mark with the Q, you know. Black woman, you win. Long time. It's more than the color of your skin. It's everything. No joke.
You are Black Beauty. You're the real deal cutie. What a way you look good in your skin. Father God give you enough melanin. You are Black Beauty. Really and truly. What a way you look good in your skin. Black woman, me I tell you, say you win. I never feel inferior, you is an African. Nobody not superior, so listen me, woman. I feel of your color from the head down to the ground. Shades of chocolate, caramel, and cocoa butter strong. I say what a pretty melanin. And your quality so genuine. Sweet melody, no bother you. Change your tone, me I beg you, do not follow now. You are Black Beauty. You're the real deal cutie. What a way you look good in your skin. Father God give you enough melanin. You are Black Beauty. Really and truly. What a way you look good in your skin. Black woman, me I tell you, say you win.
Uptown, downtown, then you tell me on me sound. Let me tell you, say you're on than an English phone. Melanin a pop, you in your own zone.
It's your boy, Blackavelli Sorted from London, UK. Touchdown in Montego Bay, heading to Ocherias, to the curls and turns of Fern Gully, to the green hills of Walker's Hood. One DJ, G. Cole, with a homegrown show. Hey, G. Cole, you smashing it.
Yo, you don't know I'm Mark with the Q, you know.
Mark Johnson, M-A-R-Q. It's called Black Beauty. One of my favorite joints, all right? Hit mud.
You are Black Beauty. You're the real deal cutie. What a way you look good in your skin. Father God give you enough melanin. You are Black Beauty. Really and truly. What a way you look good in your skin. Black woman, me I tell you, say you win. I never feel inferior, you is an African. Nobody not superior, so listen me, woman. I feel of your color from the head down to the ground. Shades of chocolate, caramel, and cocoa butter strong. I say what a pretty melanin. And your quality so genuine.
Reggie Mind, Mission Julian.
Sweet melody, no bother.
It bad.
You told me I beg you, do not follow now. You are Black Beauty. You're the real deal cutie. What a way you look good in your skin. Father God give you enough melanin. You are Black Beauty. Really and truly.
Them love it I am. And I tell the lies, a big show.
Yo, you don't know I'm Mark with the Q, you know. Black woman, you win. Long time. It's more than the color of your skin. It's everything. No joke.
You are Black Beauty. You're the real deal cutie. What a way you look good in your skin. Father God give you enough melanin. You are Black Beauty. Really and truly. What a way you look good in your skin. Black woman, me I tell you, say you win. I never feel inferior, you is an African. Nobody not superior, so listen me, oh man. I feel of your color from the head down to the ground.
Not me, Mish.
Chocolate caramel and cocoa butter strong. I say what a pretty melanin. And your quality so genuine. Sweet melody, no bother you. Change your tone, me I beg you do not follow now. You are black beauty. You're the real deal cutie. What a way you look good in your skin. Father God give you enough melanin. You are black beauty. Really and truly. What a way you look good in your skin. Black woman, me I tell you.
The light is back.
That's why me have to sing comfortable in your own skin. Smoother than a gelatin. African princesses, you got everything. Are you me give me rating? Stop rating. You are black beauty. You're the real deal cutie. What a way you look good in your skin. Father God give you enough melanin. You are black beauty. Really and truly. What a way you look good in your skin. Black woman, me I tell you, say you win. You never feel inferior, you is an African. Nobody not superior, so listen me, oh man. I feel of your color from the head down to the ground. Shades of chocolate, caramel and cocoa butter strong. I say what a pretty melanin. And your quality so genuine. Sweet melody, no bother you. Change your tone, me I beg you do not follow now. You are black beauty. You're the real deal cutie. What a way you look good in your skin. Father God give you enough melanin. You are black beauty. Really and truly. What a way you look good in your skin. Black woman, me I tell you, say you win.
Mark Johnson, ladies and gentlemen, MARQ. Artists with a big tune out there, you know what I mean? Message, vibes, energy, everything. We gotta do a double play, no true. This one is called Life, baby. Let's go. Nothing but vibe and inspiration, you know what I mean? Dropping the joints you don't hear every day, but the ones that need to be heard, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's called Life. Check it.
Life can be beautiful. It doesn't have to be this way. No. Watch out. Anything God born, me born it too. Without apology, no long arguments with you. Shh. Stop talk, you are refute the truth. Can you prefer living in the dark? You in a white collar job, but you ain't dirty. Corruption, injustice, no mercy. God not sleep well. And every record in my keep, yeah. More time I show out, touch the street, and when me broke the corner is another white sheet. One more juvenile from down the.
What up, Hope?
That pretty girl gets slayed. Looking at the mirror, general.
Waiting on your answer. You gonna date a broke man? Tell me, man, yes or no, would you?
Better make case and guano, cause life can be beautiful. Doesn't have to be this way. Hear what I say. Oh, trust God, the only one who can keep you every day in sunshine and rain. Life tough, me know, me not fear. Food not enough and the money I collapse. Overtime for sadness unless still I live from pay to pay. Me a pray you a chit chat descendants. You want your friend them a flirt with their cigarettes. Friends with benefits but at the same time them no want you on the premises. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big pan and if one of them money man come a 6 it down. You better wise
ignore the sweetness of the
open your eyes up. Princess enough to ever drop yourself.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole. He's got a heart of gold.
More than diamonds of pearls, realize so right now, my girl. Life can be beautiful. Doesn't have to be this way. Hear what I say. Trust God, the only one who can keep you every day in sunshine and rain. Oh, la 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 la, la la la, la la la.
The song is called Life, ladies and gentlemen. It is Mark Johnson, M-A-R-Q. Oh, no, easy. When I say no easy, on the door, easy. When I say no don't easy, no don't easy with a H, you know. Like you like, no, easy. All right, Mitch, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't messing with your homework. You do your homework. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it on me. Terrence said, broke has nothing to do with money. It has to do with financial management. Absolutely. That's what we're saying earlier. And no matter how much money you make, you can still be broke. I know a household assistant that sends 3 kids to school, 2 graduating from university. She broke. Hell to the nah. But here's the thing. Let me rephrase that. I don't know. We have to ask her that because the situation, remember, this whole broke thing, sometime again, we want to make it something that it ain't. Yeah, you do all of that tomorrow. If something happened tomorrow that she has to stop working or whatever the case may be, is she in a position to maintain? That may currently put her in that spot. But here's the good thing about it. People who don't have that mindset of being broke and not stuck in right there, so it wouldn't hold her down for long based on what you're saying. So no, if she is currently doing all of that with what she has and she's not living above her means, she can't handle her overhead, which obviously based on what you're saying here, she can. Nah, she's straight. She good. DJ Lan said, big tune. Not true. Terrence says, I love that tune. That's a big tune. It's a big tune. All right, fire. Large up Esther Selector. Large up everybody over there in Amsterdam, man. Terrence said, once you say I can't do this to the wrong woman, all of a sudden you're broke. John, no star, Terrence. Man, I hear you. I handle my business, you handle yours. If you decide to partner with me, then you can have a claim to my assets. And that, you see the word that you use there that cements the whole thing, the conjunction here that puts it all together is that word partner. But remember, you have to choose your partner. Many are companies, many are business, many are sports teams, many are bands, right? Many are choirs have failed because of the partner. Wrong partner, right? So that's where it comes into play. That's what we're talking about. Are you going to date a broke chick? Are you going to date a broke man? Because you're choosing a partner, right? You bring that person in your household, in your space to do whatever. You're choosing a partner, like you said, Terrence. Now, that partner is either going to iron charm, I don't know. I am a firm believer that when people come into each other's space, when they come into coexistence, one of two things happen. You either build them up or break them down, right? Build up each other, break down each other. Are you build up somebody or break down somebody? And here's the thing. I say this without apology. And people out there who want to walk away from broke situation don't feel bad about it. No matter what the circumstances, no different from abuse, you know what I mean? Infidelity, unequally yoked, the lack of spiritual connection, whatever the case may be. If you choose to leave a relationship for whatever your reason is, then it is what it is, you know. You know, you might decide, say, oh, I want just the vanity and I need somebody who will have more. I mean, it is what it is. That's not cool. But you might decide that you just don't want to be in the struggle. Not everybody wants to struggle every day of their life, especially when you are putting in the efforts to avoid the struggle. But the partner, remember the word deterrence, and the partner is not on the same page, right? Some people are going to be the cavity in the bottom of the bucket, right? And the resources are going to be emptied, right? So if you have somebody and you've chosen the wrong partner and you don't want broke, instead of you sit down and try educate the partner. I remember we done 2 words now. We move from wrong partner to compound word. From partner to the compound word of wrong partner. Here what happened. Sometimes, once you identify and hopefully identify before it's too late that is the wrong partner, you put on a parachute, you know what I mean? And you kick open the plane door and you jump. You understand me I say? When me say jump, me mean you jump. All right. So we go. Julian says, should broke people be putting themselves out there for dating? Oh, you mean? You should do it. However, let it be known, don't trick people. If somebody want to work with you, it's all good. Don't trick people. Masquerade the things them, parade as something else. And then later on, after the person invested the time and them effort in, if you find out that you name Chuck, the brother will have his broke. You know what I mean? And I blame it on luck. Make sure it says not you that. Or just keep it a buck. If you're broke, you out on a date and see you look a broke girl to man. Because you guys are in the same place. And they can appreciate the same things. You know what I mean? You can appreciate the same things, Netflix and chill. You understand? Certain part of the menu of phone thing, you're not gonna feel embarrassed to say, yo, my girl, we choosing from this one. She got up on YouTube, babe. You know the thing, you know what I mean? I want to just make it work. You know what I'm saying? Should know say your girl know it go because she broke, and the man know it go. Him know say when I go out tonight, but when I go out from make sure I reach the place from 9:59 because ladies free by 10. So you get in and him pay for come in and then make the budget work. You understand? But don't be tricking it and then show up at the spot and both of y'all be like, yo, you got me. And she said, no, you got me. And all of a sudden, 209 care. I listen to 99 Jams. You know what I mean? Even though that might be romantic too. But I'm just saying. So yes, broke people can put themselves out. Everybody needs love. But truth be told, sometimes better broke people than good broke people, but I tell no lie. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, Julian. I'm just saying. Broke people put themselves out there. So my question to you is this now. You gonna give the broke brother a chance, Julian? Because you never answer that part of the question. Then you not answer it, and Misha answer it, and other people. Misha the one that said the most. I'll know when I get an answer. She asked me for answer. She asked everybody on the program for answer. I'll know she not answer if she could date the broke man. Right? So, but that's how it go already. I said, hold on. It's all right. Me fine. I think come on. Right? Mish says, Terrence, thanks for joining the convo. Yeah, man. So I did man me want to put on the chopping block. I think I'm gonna say ST, Mish. Easy, you know. Julian says, but G Cole, how it going to work if both of them broke? Who going to put gas in the car if we reach the club? Boy, I tell you this. I don't know. In the words of Muta, I don't know, Rasta. I don't know. But at the end of the day, can we be real about it? If that is the question and I ask, y'all need not go to the club. You know what I'm saying? Because here's why you're not at the club. Overpriced drinks. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, gas and all them things there. So if the situation is that dire, leave the club alone and your thing. And for everybody. You know what I mean? I want to draw a straw who will go tonight. You know? And roll with your girlfriends or even roll with them, bridging them or whatever the case may be. It's Margie said, walk. You know what I mean? Let me tell you something. You said I talked to Margie make a while ago? Walk. Let me tell you something, Margie. You show me the woman, broke or no broke. What the man said we walk got the club and she left him right away. Right away. You know, so when I walk. And I'm a fake red bottoms. You're mad. By the time we reach on this, I just bottoms. You're mad. We left in. You know, she's not saying we're breaking up. We left in. You know, I'm not leaving you. We left in. Me left in you. All right? Me have my fake red bottoms and you want me walk it off, go down to the club down there, so? You're mad? It's mad you mad. It's mad you mad.
Whoa. Yeah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Only Jah know when I'm feeling like I'm feeling. Jah, you never yet let me down. I say you never yet let me down. When I need him, like I need him. Jah, you never yet let me down. I say you never yet let me down. When I'm feeling like I'm feeling. Jah, you never yet let me down. I say you never yet let me down. When I need it, like I need it. Jah, you never yet let me down. I say you never yet let me down. Whenever things get tough, whenever things get hot, I pull a Moses and head up to the mountains.
Margie, I live in Fort Lauderdale.
And then I pray non-stop.
Clubhouse South Beach.
So you let your blessings drop.
It's an hour drive.
What about
if we walk in,
Granny always do, and she talked to me.
Conversation better day.
My little kings and queens,
because we ain't getting there till the morning.
Oh, when I'm feeling like I'm feeling. Jah, you never yet let me down. I say you never yet let me down. When I need it, like I need it. you never yet let me down. I say you never yet let me down. Another day goes by, another plot revealed. One man a planting farm, one a rob and steal. One have a hard love story, said he needs a meal. Need to feed the kids, courage and how we feel. Like just giving it up because it's made the seal. But never place your bets before the deal a deal. You know the hottest fire.
The what?
Makes the hardest steel.
It's yours truly, G. Cole. It's the Raps and Kush Band. It's called When I, the Conversation Rhythm. The album is called Ocherias. Jah never let me down, you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
You never yet let me down. I say you never yet let me down. Even if I'm breaking inside, He forsaketh me never. No, 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 no. My faith is stronger than pride. Jah is with me forever. Forever and ever and ever.
For real, Marjorie, you did answer.
Forever.
Well, I'm here with a G Cole in a combination.
And we have a brand new tune for your radio station. A boom thing.
Channel G Cole, me sell the woman a straight Venus star.
And my girl, I'm mad me to a daddy.
Channel.
You must go for left part doing again. Kind of still over it.
Thank you so much, Marjorie. I appreciate you.
Oh, girl, your love drives me crazy. And you know that you're my baby. So why you keep giving me hell? Oh well, here we go again. Every day you want to search up myself.
Yeah, man. Julian says, boy, I can't say at this point that I can date a broke man. Maybe if I meet the right broke man, but I don't think so. Julian, expound on that a little bit. What exactly constitutes the right broke man? Because I was telling Beverly earlier, say, when it comes to the broke man situation, sometimes, the man come in and when me tell you, the man put out the things properly and forget everything until the man when they ask him a bus fare if he go home. You understand? So those things can distort, you know what I mean, your logic sometimes and make you say, someone work with that brother, you know what I mean? Next thing you know, all your VC are gone. But total different conversation. But the thing is, I'm just saying, I like that. So what exactly constitute the right broke man? I'm like, and what your statement here also says is at this point, and that's what I'm getting at, is like, when you're at a certain point in your life, just like how you reach a certain point in your life that you don't want to be dating somebody or going out with somebody or setting up a life with somebody who is in the streets and partying and hunting, right? As a man, you reach a certain age, you don't want a woman with she wanted a party every Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, right? And woman, you don't want a man who same thing. You want party every night, and him don't want to go to strip club and everything. You past that stage. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for hanging out, Marjorie. I'm so glad you enjoyed the show. It's the same thing with the whole broke person syndrome. It's kind of like, are you at your point right now where you want to be, for lack of a better word, starting from beneath scratch? Beneath scratch, because whatever resources you have is now being divided in two if the other one not bringing anything to the table. You know what I'm saying? Loop. Mission answer the question. All know, me notice. You understand? Would you date the broke man? Hope. Would you date the broke man? Suzette don't say no. All right, she don't say no. Suzette said it was an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. I had a wonderful time with you guys. Suzette, thank you so much for hanging out. All right. Marjorie, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night too. DJ Lance, so I say I hear a tune. This DJ Lance said, it seems to me love feeling is lost in this convo. No, here's the thing. We have to be straight up and honest. When we talk about life is balance, love is one thing. And we have the conversations about love each and every night. We talk about love. We talk about single folks. We talk about marriage folks. We talk about the intricacies of romance and relationship and what makes things worse. But there's something called delusions and disillusions, And that is when folks start to think for a second or a minute that that's all it takes to make a successful relationship is love. You can love somebody all you want and the other dynamics around cause a relationship to falter. At the end of the day, I don't know what love tastes like. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I've never had nobody hand me a slice of love and drink some love so I can sustain myself, some sustenance from it. So when I say no to the love thing, love is intricate. I would know it's two different conversations. Not saying that there's not supposed to be love here. It's all about the material. We kind of elaborated on that in the beginning. It's not about that by any means. But we're just saying, when you're building stuff, it's more than one. It's not just love. Who goes into things? If you have your child and you are talk to your child, well, let me be honest, hypocrisy plays a big part. Like the conversation I have with my child when she's little, I know are two different something. Yeah, when you're a little child, man, focus on the love thing, man. But I have a 21-year-old. You think, say, man, I could tell my 21-year-old, say, no worry about nothing else, just focus on the love. You're mad? And then now, you are stressed out, pay your bills for you and the man where you love, but the 200 broke like Chuck, and then you come to me now for money? No. Your bills have to pay. The roof have to keep over your head. Clothes have to dip on your back. Food's got to be on the table. And a part of life is procreation. So if people are together long enough, then there comes young ones, right? So you have your kids, you have this and that. It takes resources to take care of them. So I'm not talking about lack of love because there's nothing worse than the lack of love. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But it's not to say we definitely believe in the love thing. And again, that's something we get into every day and every night. I support that 100%. I'm a man, I love myself, love my family, can't done, miss them, can't done. There's somebody right about in a hotel. You know what I mean? I'm on the road. What I want more than ever is to get the hell up out of here so I can go home to my family because I love them so much. But I go on the road and I do all the things I do to make sure I can take care of them because that's what you do for the one you love. You know what I mean? So in no way, shape, or form will we ever minimize or marginalize the need for love in our households and our relationship. But in no way, shape, or form will we minimize or marginalize the need for resources in your relationship. I know people who are not the most in love, who have a peaceful relationship. But I don't know no broke people. Like two broke people who have a peaceful relationship. It's always turmoil because they're miserable. Financial embarrassment equals misery. I just saw the thing go. Light cut off, damn star. Kids need to go and can't, damn star. You're not feeling well, can't go to the doctor, damn star. Medication need to refill, damn star. But I love you though. You know what I mean? I love you, boo. You know what I'm saying? But I saw the thing go. Bish, big up yourself. Julian, big up yourself. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's my time to get up out of here. All right, I'm going to roll one joint before we get up out of here. This one it's called Drive Me Crazy. It's Raps and Kush Band. Of course, J. Will G. Cole and the Raps and Kush Band comes from the album Love Your Life. Big tune, Scale Lodge up Richie Basie Daily from Third World for this bass line. I love it. I dig it. All right, big up all the Raps and Kush family. Ladies and gentlemen.
Well, I'm J. Will and G. Cole in a combination.
And we have a brand new tune for your radio station. A boom thing.
Chano G. Cole, me sell the woman a straight skin a star.
And my girl, I'm mad me twin a daddy.
Chano.
You smoke left hard when I get. But kind of still love her, you know.
So I love my own too, you know. Oh, girl. You love me, drives me crazy.
What up, Pearly May? Thank you so much for rocking out. DJ Lance, I know you're tuning this now.
Why you keep giving me help?
Oh, well.
Oh, here we go again. Every day you a search up my cell phone. Who that I call me, who that from a ringtone. What time me leaving when me coming home. So you always a call me, not on the phone. And you know say me working, baby, but you keep on stressing me. What more you want me to do, lady, to prove that my love is free? Tell me what you want me to do, girl. Lord of His mercy, prove I am yours and you are mine. You hear that? Oh, girl. Your love drives me crazy, and you know that you're my baby. So why you keep giving me help? Oh well.
Hey yo, You should tell me. She says she have a couple things she want to let me know. In every single town, me have a girl I show. And me and Nara come from too far, but she let me go. Where she get them things from, me say I don't know. What is girl I see? I tell me when the girl I pray, I really could have never me and I don't know. What is girl I see? I tell me when the girl I pray, I really could have never me and I don't know.
Love it drives me crazy, and you know that you're my baby. So why you keep giving me hell?
Oh well, oh here we go again. Give thanks, Aurel. Thank you so much. See ya. Appreciate you, man.
Every day she was search on the cell phone. Who that I call me, who that from a ringtone. What time me leaving when me coming home. So you always a call me, no pick up the phone. And you know so me working, baby, but you keep on stressing me. What more you want me to do, lady, to prove that my love is free?
What is girl I say? I tell me when the girl I pray, I really could have never me and I don't know. What is girl I say? I tell me when the girl I pray, I really could have never me and I don't know.
Thank you so much for rocking out with us, Mish. Appreciate you. Still not get your hands up, but we know your thing set up already, you know what I mean? Oh well, oh here we go again.
Nakikinika esta música, Homegrown with G. Cole.
Estás escuchando Homegrown con G. Cole.
您现在正在收听的是 Homegrown with G. Cole.
You're listening to Homegrown with G. Cole.
Wagwan Noah, blessings, blessings, blessings. Always good to see you, fam. You do that, Mish. You do that. Have your people contact mine. I got to get up out of here. This one's called Imperfect People, all right? Let's go.
There are anomalies that happy. Oh, baby. Every once upon a time. Like the way my heart was beating. Oh, that special night. Your pretty eyes made mine. Yeah. The world will never see that. No, baby, we're from totally different worlds. Oh, yeah. But if only they could feel it, they would understand how much I love you, girl. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason. Sign from above. We're just two imperfect people who fell perfectly in love.
It's called Imperfect People, ladies and gentlemen. I got to big up Shatta. The album is called Ultra Says G. Cole and the Raps and Kush Band. Nothing's perfect, man. You know what I mean? Sometimes two imperfect people get together. Hopefully not a broke one. And, you know, anyways, you don't know we're done with that. But just not, you know what I mean? Gotta do what you got to do. Not sure, yeah, man.
There are anomalies that happen.
Thank you so much, Julianne. Appreciate you. Have a great one.
Every once upon a time. Like the way my heart was beating. Oh, that special night, your pretty eyes made mine. Yeah. The world will never see it.
You're so welcome, Pretty Man.
We're from totally different worlds. Oh, yeah.
Thanks so much, Sonny. You too. Much love. Great to have you.
They would understand how much I love you, girl. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason. No special sign from above. We're just two imperfect people who felt perfectly in love. Never, 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 never will I break your heart. I won't ever cause you pain. Now, baby, let's just be those two links, baby, that will form that perfect chain. Yeah. I'm not your daddy's favorite. Nah, baby, ain't your mom's no fan of mine. Oh, let's just do our thing and show the world our love can stand the test of time. Whoa, sometimes there's no rhyme or reason, no special sign from above. We're just two imperfect people who felt perfectly in love. Now who's gonna love me, baby? Love me like you do. I don't care what the world might say. You my love, it always meant for you. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason, no special sign from above. We're just two imperfect people, baby, who felt perfectly in love. Sometimes there's no rhyme or reason, no special sign from above. We're just two imperfect people, baby, who felt perfectly in love.
Thank y'all for rocking out, man. Appreciate y'all big time. I gotta roll though.
No, I don't want to